Hi everyone, in this demo we will see a routing in .NET Core with different type of routing like convention routing, attribute routing. So we will use these routings with the example we can see. So before that I have included that routing in .NET Core also in our PDF file. PDF, that means .NET interview question pack. We have already updated it. So if you need any code or something like uh, you want to run in .NET application, so you can take from my interview question pack. So interview question pack you can take from like here. So you can take from like here in Chrome. Now funtutorialstring.com here. So you can see like a placing like .NET interview question answer master pack. So you click on that. So you can also see the free sample here, and also you can check, that means we have created different files for different topics like the performance angular these. So inside the .NET Core PDF, it is also included that. So now come to the point again. So here if we see what is the routing. Routing basically we use like suppose we, that means like we have a URL request URL, so an API, so like Swagger or Postman, so we hit that URL. So that means it will it will map that request to the specific actions in controller, so or a razor page. So this is actually the routing. So routing mainly, that means we can define two type like conventional routing and attribute routing. So convention is used primarily for MVC application. We use attribute explicitly specified at the controller or action level. So first we will see here now in the like convention based routing, that means in the program.cs file you can see clearly here map controller routing. So we can define like controller home index. So this is the default routing in MVC or .NET Core Web API application. So that means controller part, like here is the URL map to the controller class like home controller, so it will map that. And action part should map to a method, like this is the index is the method here, and id is the optional here, so allow it to be omitted from the URL. You can also, so like you can see here like clearly a URL like product detail id is 3, like product is the controller, detail is the method name, and 3 is the id. So would map to the product controller detail with method id is 3. Now so this is the conventional based routing. Now come to the attribute based routing. So attribute routing, actually we define attribute like route. Here you can see in this image the routes are specified directly to the controller or action method. So we can define this route attribute directly on the controller or action method using route get at http get http post etc. So like here you can see directly here on the controller we have defined route API product. So invoke get all product method. So it is, so all the methods inside that it will invoke. And like here API product, that this is the API product here. And 5 invoke the get product id method, and past id is 5, like here in this method get product by id. So that means we can define like here id. So url will be for that like API product slash 5. So these four above like API product. So that means we are not passing any id. So this is the actually attribute routing. So both are clear. Some advanced routing features we can also add, like if we need constraint in the routing. So that means route will only take the uh, integer. So that means like id should be the integer. So we can define here like clearly id colon int, only integer will match these routes. Like we can also some optional, like here we can define optional here. So that means category int id. So these are the optional. So we can mark that brackets, this make it optional. And also like default value we can also set, like here if we see id equal to 1, if we not pass any id in this method, so that means it will take default id 1. So this is the routing and .NET Core application, and also we use in the in MBC application. So for uh, thank you for watching this video. If you find helpful it, so you can subscribe the channel. Okay, thank you again. Thank you for watching.